What's up guys, my name's Fishface. This is a new channel I'm starting focusing on Fortnite strategy, news, and speculation. I've been playing Fortnite since around halfway through Season 2. I find a lot of the frustration I get and used to get from this game came from the fact that I probably wasn't winning as much as I'd like to. I'm used to coming from games like Call of Duty and Counter-Strike where you get a lot of wins and that comes with getting a lot of kills. And once you get a lot of kills, the wins kind of come easy. Now, in Fortnite, that's not really the same thing, where you can always find yourself playing too aggressively and sometimes having to reel it back in just so that maybe you can get the win 10 minutes later after hiding for a bit. So now on to the meat of this video and the reason why I'm so excited about the game this last few days, and that's what they've done with Loot Lake. Now we have the ominous black cube pulling the Loot Lake house up out of the water and up into the sky, and a tornado forming around it. What this creates is a staggering two-tiered battlefield that's kind of unlike anything we've ever seen in Fortnite before. What it's done is created probably the most consistently fun battleground I've ever come across in any video game ever. As you're flying in, you're going to notice that there's two big chunks of people, with the first half of people landing pretty early on the top of the house and on the plateau surrounding. Another chunk of people are going to be flying in low to the bottom. That's personally where I go every single game. And when I say every single game, I mean it. I've landed here pretty much every single game since the season came online. I have no interest going anywhere else. This is without a doubt the most fun place on the map. When you fly into the bottom, the first thing you're going to notice is that there is loot everywhere. There's a lot of guaranteed chests that have spawned 100% of the time. The chance of you getting skunked in this zone are pretty much non-existent. What you'll find is that when you're landing in, you can usually always spot one or two chests, and then beside that, you'll probably see a shotgun or an AR lying around one of the weapon spawns. There's just a ton of loot here. One thing that you'll also probably notice about this zone is there's pretty much no materials. The only materials that people are going to be getting are the ones that people pick up from the ground in chests, so chances are people only have one or two ramps to build anyways. And that really amps up this early game. It means that you pick up your first weapons, and right away you're scanning the horizon, looking for the first few people who are maybe a bit slower to their loot than you for a couple easy kills. Along with there just not being a lot of materials, there's also some crazy long sight lines here that people aren't really expecting. A lot of the time you can always be tucked up behind a rock shielding or something, and peek around it, and all of a sudden you can see 3 or 4 guys right in your line. Getting started into this game though, the number one thing you're going to want to do is get an AR and get a shotgun. For me personally this season I'm really preferring the TAC shotguns just with the lack of SMGs around. I find that getting the damage out consistently is more important than maybe the big one pumps with the shotgun. Once you've got a decent loadout and you can't see any more people on the bottom part of this map, you're going to want to fly up top. The easiest way to fly up top is hop into the tornado, immediately deploy your parachute, and look straight down while pushing forward. This means that you're going to fly up and out, and you're not going to bonk your head right into the bottom of the map. That trajectory will pop you up really nicely to be landing right on top of the house, giving you a great bird's eye view over the whole plateau. If you're having a hard time locating your next kill, there's nothing wrong with taking a few extra seconds and really searching it out and flying around for a bit just to scope out the zone. Once you find yourself kind of out of people to kill in this zone, you want to start looking at other areas. Some really good places you can go from around here are Tilted Towers, Dusty Divot, Lazy Links, and Pleasant Park. Personally, I like to check Pleasant Park first because there's a pretty good chance you're going to have a rift, which makes it super accessible pretty much regardless of the storm at this point. Once you've looted another nearby zone, there's nothing wrong with returning to Loot Lake and hopefully picking up another 2 kills and regaining map control here. It's usually around this point where I'll start to realize that I may actually have a chance at winning this game. I usually go into games with pretty little confidence and I'm more just killing people, killing whoever I see. So once I do make that realization that I'm doing pretty well and I can maybe win it, that's when I'll start to look towards maybe a more long-term strategy. It usually involves something along the lines of going to the outside of the circle and slowly spiraling my way in, making sure that everybody is either in front of me or inside the circle of me. I don't want anybody sneaking up behind me, and I don't want anybody pincering me in between me and another team. And it's this high intensity gameplay that Loot Lake has added that's really had me excited about this game again. It means that I can hop into a game and just be playing my heart out and having a really intense battle for 10 straight minutes, and then all of a sudden there's 20 people left in the game and I have to start thinking about my next move to work into an end game position, rather than sort of winning a zone and then wandering through the map for an hour. And that brings us to today. So it's now been 3 days since the Battle Pass came out, and I've just been having a blast in this zone. But when I logged on this morning and when I was just finishing up this video, I went on to play a single game, and lo and behold, the tornado has already begun to move. So it seems like the tornado is starting a slow path west towards Pleasant Park. This really excites me because it tells me that this tornado is going to be moving around all season long. We're basically going to have this caliber of fighting in different parts of the map at different times. And then that leaves us with poor old Loot Lake, just ravaged by this tornado, without a name, and honestly too much loot that it has good use for. In the game files, we've already found that a volcano has been data mined out. I'm thinking that what's going to happen is this big vortex that's left in the middle of Loot Lake is eventually going to be the home to that volcano. Maybe later on we'll see it start spewing lava, and throughout the course of this season we're going to see an island get formed and eventually a brand new point of interest. And that's most of what I have for you guys. I've been dropping into this zone non-stop since the servers went back up the other day, and I haven't stopped having fun. Anytime me and my buddies are hopping on, it's always high action. There's no downtime here. We just get to get on, kill people, and get off. And that's what I want from a video game. I don't want to have to be running across an entire map to only be killed by the second guy I see. This is just a better way to be playing Fortnite, and I really hope that what Epic did here was very purposeful and that it's a direction that they're moving towards more and more, because they've done stuff like nerf materials and nerf guns and nerf building, but all they need to do is just change the gameplay a bit, and adding in areas like this is exactly it. They made the game so much less about surviving till the end and more about killing people and having fun. Let me know how you guys are liking this zone. I personally have a feeling I'm going to be following this tornado around all season. I don't really know what else I'm going to be doing. For you guys that stuck it out through this quiet video, I would like to apologize for the lack of game audio. I've sorted it out for the next one, but unfortunately all these clips were recorded without it. But most of all, guys, thanks for watching. You've heard the words before. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll be back soon with another video. Hopefully give you some more updates on what's going on with this crazy map and season. You guys have a good day. This is Fishface. Later.